Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey everyone, it's Saucy Phipps here bringing you a review video for Banner Saga. This game felt really long. Even though the actual gameplay may not have been the longest for most games, it felt really long. This game was a really good storytelling game. If you are into storytelling games, where there's not much gameplay and not much going on in forms of interaction other than decision making, this game is for you. You are in control mainly of a group of villagers and some soldiers and mostly just citizens and people who are being rousted from their own homes by a mysterious threat and then forced to go face to face with that threat in most situations. And that's where the gameplay comes in. It's a strategy turn-by-turn fighting scenario game. If you've ever seen XCOM, it's a lot like that. You get a turn, and then your enemy gets a turn, and it's just a turn-based 3D strategy game. A little bit like some tabletop Warhammer games, or maybe some Final Fantasy in the turn-by-turn aspect. And they do some new things, and they definitely just stick with the classics on it. And there's not much gameplay going around. You only ever get real gameplay when you're in combat. Most of the game takes place on your journey, where scenarios pop up and you are forced to make decisions that directly affect how the game is going to be played, how your villagers and your soldiers and all the people in your caravan who you're leading, it affects all of them. And then the biggest decision affects the end of the game, which then goes into the sequel, Banner Saga 2, and has direct impact, and all your decisions are going to have direct impact, or maybe not all, but a lot of your decisions have direct impact on the games going ahead. There's 3 so far that I know: Banner Saga 1, Banner Saga 2, and Banner Saga 3. This game's story, though, is pretty beautiful. It's a really good exposition for the whole saga that tells a whole story in itself. You get to understand the characters that are on this journey with you. You become attached to them, and it really makes you ponder and just dwell on your decisions that you have to make, and you think back to them if you think you've made a mistake when something goes bad, or you think about the good decisions you make sometimes, and it feels impactful. And this story that's being told is it's kind of set in a fantasy world with less adventure and more kind of retreating, and less people helping you and more people trying to kill you. So that being said, it does make for a very macabre story, and it is kind of sad and feels a little hopeless at times, but there's some glimmers of hope that make you go, okay, we can do this. So if you're in for a game that doesn't require much skill, doesn't require much interaction, and it's more of an interactive novel where you make the decisions, you're reading a lot, and it tells a great story. If you're into those kinds of games, this is definitely the game for you. It's a great pickup if you're looking for something like that. So if you're looking for context into why I'm saying what I'm saying and what I'm basing my opinions in, I have my playthrough of Banner Saga up on YouTube as well. Go ahead and look that up if you have any questions, or you just want to see a bit of gameplay and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.